Hey, everybody, welcome back to Freeze Frame episode 48, the show where we stop and take a moment to discuss all the heavily talked about news of the week having to do with movies, TV, streaming, and pop culture. Today, I am your temporary king of the north, Ryder Maldonado, and today, I'm joined by my king, no, I messed it up. Today, I'm joined by the king's hand, Vincent DeSantis. There we go.
Perfect. The king's hand. I'll take it.
Yeah.
What's up, Ryder?
What's up, man? I was thinking, I just finished season 1 of Game of Thrones. So I was like, I gotta reference it. I gotta mention it today.
The Kingslayer. I love Game of Thrones.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. It's a busy week, but we're here talking movies, and I'm stoked.
Yeah, absolutely. It's early morning. We got some new reveals, new trailers out, so excited to get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you listening on audio platforms, thank you so much for listening. This past week, we're kind of doing a little transition here, trying to figure out, what we're doing with the podcast. So if you guys want to help us out, give us a review. That'll help us out a lot, and let us know if we're doing everything right, and let us know what we can change. Of course, we have Discord and all of our social media down below. If you're on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, definitely follow that to keep up to date. And this episode of Freeze Frame, presented by Strictly Casual, is brought to you by Manscaped. More on them later. All right, getting started here. I guess we'll go on to Disney.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you want
Number one. Bob Iger says he doesn't think COVID is the death of theatrical movies. I think it is a severe injury that maybe doesn't heal. He adds that consumers will be much more discerning about what movies they want to see at home. Interesting.
I'm glad he said this, because it seems like...
see out of the home, I guess.
Yeah, but it seems like they switch all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and honestly, this is such a skewed opinion because Bob Iger literally releases the top, box office movies every single year. So, this opinion to me, doesn't really matter that much because he's going to make money regardless. He's not trying to get anybody to, his movies are making just as much money on streaming service,
COVID or not,
right?
And streaming service or not.
So I don't know. This opinion is I'll take it with a grain of salt. Of course he said it, but I don't really know if it means much to me.
I want to see it from an indie director, like someone who works with A24. What would they say about film? You know what I mean?
I mean, even then, we talked about Joel Cohen the other week, who was so happy that his film was releasing at home just as well as movie theater because he thinks that decision has kept his career going. On different things. It's
a glass half full, glass half empty. It's kind of how you take it. You got to make the most of the situation. And I think a lot of directors can benefit from this. And it's kind of good to see the light in all this.
Sure. I agree.
Good point. All right, moving on. We got Marvel news. Ethan Hawke talks his villain in Moon Knight. Of course, we're very excited for Moon Knight. Moon Knight's coming soon. It says that he was influenced by a psychiatrist and a cult leader. We saw those vibes in the trailer. We got those vibes. He says, I love the villains who believe that they're a good person. And that's why they have to kill you. That I find really terrifying. I mean, Ethan Hawke.
I'm just excited to see Ethan Hawke in this. Yeah. Have you seen First Reformed?
No, I haven't seen much of Ethan Hawke, but
you have to watch First Reformed. That movie messed me up. That's Ethan Hawke. It's crazy. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just he's basically a priest or basically he's a Catholic priest, but he has these encounters with people that go to his church that are completely changing his beliefs because of situations that he's never gone through in his life. And it's it is I don't know, so self-reflective of people and stuff. It's so good. You have to watch it. Amanda Seyfried is also in it. Dude, oh my God, messed me up for so long.
Yeah, I'm looking at the posters here. I've seen the posters for this, so definitely.
It's very controversial. The movie's very controversial.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. It looks like Ethan Hawke in his prime, so I'm definitely I'll have to check it out.
It's his best acting I've seen, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited. Thank you for that.
James Gunn confirms Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is the last time people will see this team of Guardians.
Oh, wait. What do you think about that? You think that's true?
Yeah, I would say it's probably expected.
For Guardians, I'm sure altogether.
I'm sure we'll see the characters more, but this might be the last big team up movie. I'm sure something will happen that's devastating in the movie, but we'll still get one of the characters in the Avengers or whatever that looks like in the future.
I want Star-Lord, but I see them him going off in his ship and Rocket saying I'm out of here with Groot or you know what I mean? They all just
it's hard to say. Because Thor's coming before Guardians, right?
I believe so, yeah. So
it's interesting to me because the last time we see Thor, he goes off with the Guardians, right?
Yeah, so it's probably just gonna be a little intro with them, hey, thanks for the ride. I worked out now. Time to do my own story. Maybe they
Okay.
the part
I
where
was
it's
kind of hoping Guardians of the 3 would have like a lot of Thor in it too. I think that would be interesting or fun at least.
true.
But
Yeah. At this point, I don't know like what the timeline, what they're trying to look like.
mhm.
We have another input on another character. So Chuck Woody Iwuji, I probably butchered that, but this is the actor from the Peacemaker show. He's great in it already. He
I gotta
says
watch it.
he describes his character as certainly one of, if not the most complex characters we've seen in the whole Marvel universe. He's deeply complex and deeply powerful, and I hope intriguing. So
Every actor
yeah,
wants their character to be the most
yeah,
intriguing
yeah,
and
yeah.
complex character
So
in the MCU.
that
But
paired with a casting of Adam Warlock, I'm like, ooh, man, this movie's gonna have
yeah,
some big ramifications for MCU. I think.
I'm excited to see it. I mean, I just want to see what James Gunn brings. It'll always be something new. It'll always
Hmm.
be something fun. Uh, yeah, I don't know.
I
Will
want
it
him to
be
get wild
will
with
it
it.
be one of those movies that we keep talking about, or is it gonna be one of those ones that it's like, okay, what's the next one? Because I
True.
feel like right now, all the
Yeah,
ones we're forgetting. We're forgetting we have some great movies. You know what I mean?
that's
We're always
true.
talking about what's the next one, but
Hmm.
we're so blessed, bro. We have so many good
Exactly.
movies.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good point. Okay.
So I hope this one
Mhm.
is big in our minds for a long time.
Yeah, hopefully.
Coming into some Star Wars news, Anthony Daniels is doing motion capture work for a mysterious Star Wars project. Anthony Daniels is C3PO, correct?
Yes, he is. So they were like, well, it
Oh.
can't be Book of Boba Fett because he just recently kind of posted it. So maybe a video game, maybe
Give me Fallen Order 2, baby.
yeah, Fallen
I
Order
mean,
2.
they're doing 3 video games. 4 no. There are 5 Star Wars video games in production right now. Could
Oh,
be
dang.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was Battlefront ever on? I don't know if Battlefront's ever coming back, huh?
Battlefront
Like
is
rumored?
dead
No.
in the water, baby. The new FPS
Ah,
is gonna be made by Respawn, the people that did Apex.
okay. Okay.
So,
Well,
yeah.
I'm all for first person shooters, story based Star
Yeah.
Wars. Like we all love that. And then the Quantum
Totally.
Dream one. Oh my god. Don't even get me
Quantic Dream
started.
Run, we have our KOTOR remake, the Knights of the Old Republic
Yeah.
remake,
Yeah.
plus Fallen Order 2, and the strategy game. That's all 5.
Oh, geez, some good ones.
Can't
Star
wait.
Wars fans are eating, especially with that last
Eating,
episode
baby.
of Book of Mandalorian. No, I'm just kidding. It's Book of Boba
I still
Fett.
haven't seen it. I'll
But
get there eventually.
oh baby, people were saying it was one of the best episodes for Star Wars Disney Plus series. But we'll have to see.
That's
I
crazy.
want to get
Ugh,
your thoughts, man,
okay.
because I know you'll have some good
I'll
input.
catch up.
Yeah,
I just, like, don't have the drive to get through the first 3
I wouldn't
4
even say
episodes
you to
get to
catch
it.
up. Just go to 5, dude.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyways, Warner Brothers. Oh man, here we go. This is huge. Warner Brothers is set to begin filming a Joker 2 in 2023. How do we? I need your Joker 2.
Do we
Does it
think
need a
people are
sequel?
gonna take this movie seriously? Like, the first one came out and people took it really seriously and there's,
Mhm.
"Oh my god, this is such a good film,"
This
and
is my
then now it
Joker.
is like, this is I would say top 10 memest movies of the last couple years. Like, there are more memes that sprouted from this and jokes about this movie
Has
than
been.
actual, like, people enjoyed it, and so I don't know, are people gonna take it Joker 2 seriously?
I would
Not me.
say I would rather have it being like a meme or making fun of it, and maybe not
Mm.
in a tasteful way, than kind
But
of taking
it
it
takes itself
seriously.
so seriously in the first one that it's gonna take itself seriously in the second one. It's not like they can change tones,
It does,
you
but it
know?
was also recognized to be serious because we got Joaquin
Right.
winning. You know what I mean? So as we
Uh,
had that, but then it becoming a meme. I say this because I'd rather have it be, taking like that versus taken
yeah,
seriously. And we're seeing a lot of people kind of like go down a
yeah,
downfall and like, you know,
and
like this
I
is
mean,
a
don't get me
movie,
wrong,
not, you know.
I think Joker was good. I
Yeah,
think it was
it's
good.
cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
The praise of it being, like, the best movie ever, that was what people were memeing, right? That's what
Yeah,
people were
yeah,
memeing.
true,
So it's
true.
like, I don't know. To me, they release a trailer for this, people will be like, "Oh, this looks really good." Like, half the people say this looks really good,
Mhm.
half the people will just be making straight jokes about it, just
100%.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is interesting to see like where would the story go with this because Joker
I
felt like
don't
such
know.
a contained like here's a piece of the DC universe and
Yeah.
a magnifying glass on the character of Joker. But like now it's like oh you're developing him to be a villain now and are you gonna make it more of like a DC type thing less than a art film to kind of make a
Yeah.
point and prove something, and now it's like
You know what?
what do you want to connect it to? So
DC,
much.
give me the Batman
The Batman.
and give me Gotham Knights the game. That's really the only DC thing I'm very
Yes,
excited about right
that's
now.
all I
Like, I
want.
just can't wait for those 2.
Put it in a bow. Give it to me for Christmas. If you give me anything else, I'm taking it back to the store.
Ouch.
No,
Ouch.
I'm getting my money
I
back. And I
heard
say,
it,
hey,
bro. Of
I'd rather that than throw it away.
course.
Anyways, okay, other studios now, some random stuff. This was a pretty huge one. People were freaking out. John Krasinski recently posted on his social media a photo about his potential a dream casting that he would want. Steve Carell is joining Ryan
Oh,
Reynolds, and this is the next
yes.
film called If. Apparently, he will direct a feature based on an original idea which follows a child on a journey to rediscover their imagination. Pretty cool. They were reunited. Krasinski and Steve Carell.
I like it. I think this is gonna be a family movie, like definitely a family
Absolutely.
movie, and I think Krasinski will kill it.
Mhm.
And I think it's very funny that John Krasinski is now the boss of Steve Carell
Yeah.
in this. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a good
know.
point.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
It's nice to see that
Um,
his family's bleeding into film because, like, he has kids and he's, with Emily
yeah,
Blunt and, excuse me, he does It and, I mean, not It, sorry, he does Quiet
Quiet
Place.
Place.
And it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, it's a genre film, but family. And now this, another family film. So it's cool
yeah.
that
I'm sure it'll be great.
you could see how, your life
John
bleeds
Krasinski,
into stuff.
he's just such a positive person. I feel
Yeah,
like he
yeah.
could be like a real. There's many actors that I wouldn't say are great role models, or
Hmm.
people in the industry that are not great role models
Hmm.
at all. But I feel like John Krasinski's a pretty solid dude through and through.
He's my Mr. Fantastic. Always.
That'd be great. I think he'd be pretty great, Mr. Fantastic.
And Emily Blunt, dude. Cast them both, man. Like, that would be just
Bring back
phenomenal.
Jessica Alba.
Oh, yeah. Yes. That'd be
Big
cool.
fan.
Hmm.
Chris Evans teams up with Dwayne Johnson. Of course. Why not? It's Dwayne Johnson. He's in a
Why
movie
not?
with everybody. Why not? In Amazon's holiday action comedy film, Red One. Great. So
Red
Dwayne
Notice.
Johnson and
Red one.
yeah, is in Red One, Red Notice. He's gonna be in all the Red movies now.
He's-
Also, did you hear that Dwayne came out this week and he was like, guys, you have no idea. I'm in the biggest video game movie ever, and it's coming out soon. And we're like, what's it gonna be? And there people made jokes. He's gonna be in a movie called Pong, and it's gonna be Pong, like the
Oh
original
my
game,
goodness. Yeah.
where he plays left Pong and someone else plays right
Oh,
Pong.
please.
I
That's
don't know.
crazy. I mean, at this point, there's so
Very
many
funny.
games that I feel like an actor like Dwayne Johnson would be like, this is the biggest game ever. Like Far Cry,
Yeah.
even though it's not like, it's like, yes, it is, but also, you know what I mean? Where they say
Yeah.
something like that, where it's like, oh, okay, it's just like Need for Speed or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's one of the biggest games in the history of the world, but like, so what?
God.
It's not really. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
what's the movie gonna actually be like? It's I don't know.
I
He
just
was in Rampage, but did anybody watch that? Did you see Rampage?
No, I did not. No,
I
dude.
don't think anybody saw it.
It
And
was
that was
at
a huge
time,
game.
That was a time when there was a little too much rock. I couldn't because I think it was like Journey to the Center of the Earth, and then it was
It's still
Rampage.
too much rock.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just still a little too much. But at least he's like, I don't know. I feel like he's doing different stuff. I don't. Is he? Is that just in my? I'm wrong. Yeah, no, he's not.
Red Notice? It's
Yeah,
the same. It's all the same.
yeah, no, it's
He
the
plays
same.
the.
He
It's the
plays
same character in every movie.
Yeah, he plays
Yeah.
the same. It's never different enough for me. You're right. You're right. Anyway, something that's kind of different. Momoa, Aquaman himself, Jason Momoa, is in final talks to join Fast and Furious 10.
Great.
Potentially, he's one of the villains, and that's
Great. Bring it in.
that's
Why
good.
not?
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell not? Let's just bring everybody in.
And I see the
We
Hawaii
might as well have them
Roots.
fight the Avengers.
That
Might
would
as
be
well.
great. That's what they need, dude. That'd be amazing. I 100% seen this going just like John Cena in the other film, which is kind of spoilers. Here we go. It doesn't matter. Everybody saw a film. It made $1 billion, right?
Made
Okay.
a lot of money.
Where it's like, you're the villain for the whole film, and then at the end, hey, you're family now. It's like, cool. Everyone's family. In this
That's the
film.
theme, baby.
Yeah.
I hope he becomes family just like everybody else. I'm just a little worried that they're going to CG a little Paul Walker at the end of this, or somewhere in this movie. It came
Yeah.
close to F9, but it was tasteful. It was a tasteful thing they
Mhm.
did. They didn't really show him. It just showed his car pulling up. I was
Mhm.
like, that's great. I love that.
I mean, I
But
don't
I'm
even need to hear him speak. I wouldn't, because I know that they're,
No.
that's their family. Like Paul Walker's their family. I know that they would do it in the right way, but I don't know. Yeah, I do feel it's like weird, but it's like they're showing their brother, and I'm like, yeah, show him off. Cool,
We'll see.
honor him.
We'll see how it goes, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Fast 10 Part 1
Yeah.
and Fast 10 Part 2.
It's gonna
And I'm
be the biggest.
it's just
cinematic
tragic.
event. It's gonna be crazy.
tragic that Dwayne isn't in it.
I know. Maybe. I'm telling you,
I mean,
dude. The
There
car
hasn't
pulls
been a
up.
better there just hasn't been a better line in cinema than when Dwayne Johnson walks up to Jason Statham and says, "I will beat your ass like
Oh.
a Cherokee drum."
Yeah. I will beat your ass like a Cherokee drum. I remember that.
Maybe the
Percy
worst
Jackson.
line of all time.
That's
I love it.
hilarious. Yep. Fantastic.
Tom Cruise's movie, partially filmed in space, will be an action-adventure story which follows a down-on-his-luck guy who finds himself in the position being the only person who can save the Earth. Wow, sounds very cookie-cutter. Sounds like
Yeah.
I've seen this movie 12 times. And it's going to be filming next year.
Yeah, this came
Uh,
from Variety, and I was like, is this real?" And I'm like, yes, this is confirmed. It's
I'm
real.
sure it is. Yeah.
It
I don't
sounds
know,
very
I-
weird for Tom because it's like down, he's a guy that, hey, he's just a normal guy, but he has to save Earth. But it's Tom Cruise. I'm like, I can't believe Tom is just a normal guy. Just make him be like he's an astronaut or something. He's a superhero.
I mean, here's the deal. It's gonna be like I'm not at all excited about this movie. I'm just excited that like oh, what's the technology going to be used to film in
Absolutely.
space? Like, how the hell is that going to work? I can't wait for the behind the scenes documentary about filming in space for the first
Right?
time for a movie. That's all I care about. I don't really care if the
Mhm.
story's good or not, you know?
I want to see how it looks because
Yeah,
we've seen Gravity, we've seen some phenomenal space films
right.
where they show Earth and they show space. Like,
Yeah,
how is it going to look to the eye? Like, will the camera capture and are people just going to be watching like, oh, cool, like it looks like we've always seen, or is there going to be something that's like,
right.
whoa,
Totally.
this is footage that you know what I mean? I don't know how it's going to feel to
Yeah,
the eye. It's only something you can
me too.
see, but that's very
We've
interesting.
seen space on like, I don't know, like little cameras that astronauts bring up to space, you know, and they're filming
Hmm.
stuff and they're like filming out the windows and stuff. I mean, we've seen satellite pictures and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but we haven't seen like
Oh, red.
a
Someone,
cinema camera up there in space, like shooting a scene with space in the background. Like, what the
yeah.
hell is that gonna be like? I don't know, but
So wow, that's exciting. And
I
I
am
know that
excited.
Mission Impossible is gonna have some space scenes. So, and I know that the story sequence is gonna make sense where they're like, we gotta go up to the station. The missile's gonna blow up the Earth.
Wait, 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 wait. Mission Impossible is gonna be filming in space?
One of them, I think one of them is gonna have like a little sequence. Yeah, because Tom is gonna. She's like, I'm going up there and I'm gonna film all these scenes for all these different movies.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay,
He's gonna
okay.
have a pod that's up there, and he's like, you
Oh
know
my
what?
god.
I'm gonna film just
Is
scenes
Christopher
for.
McQuarrie going up? Is he going up to direct him or what's going on?
I don't know. I feel like he would. I feel it would be Tom, a cameraman, and like that, like just two people. It might just be
It's
two
gonna be
people,
like
and they
it's
talk
gonna
through
be
the
maybe
station.
30 seconds of movie in space,
Yeah, 100%.
and the rest will
Absolutely.
be green screened in
Yeah.
somewhere else, and then you get, like, one shot and you're like, "Oh my god, that's actually space."
Like an
And then that'll
IMAX
be
scene, and
trivia.
you're like, oh.
Yeah. You'll every time you watch the movie in the next 45 years, there will be someone sitting on the couch, and they'll be like Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time. He'll be like,
Mhm.
"This
Oh,
this was shot in space. This was shot in
space.
really space."
Yeah. Right.
That's
Boom.
how that's gonna go.
Space.
Look at this.
Space. That's it. That's
Yo,
hilarious.
okay, so moving on, I got a little
Yeah.
discussion I wanna
Mhm.
bring up with you. This is fun. So Sundance is over, the film
Oh, yeah.
festival, which means that all the best films that get there are being bought by distributors to be put into wide release at the end of the year. So this is
Ooh-wee.
when, like, I don't it's a lot of indie movies, but also some of them become, like, big blockbuster movies
Mhm.
too. It just totally depends. So there's 3 that I wanna bring up. After Yang is stars Colin Farrell, and it's all about, having an android daughter, and it was, like, one of the most critically I don't know,
Mhm.
whatever, critically praised films at
Mhm.
Sundance. Apparently, it's really, really good, and it's by the director. His name is, oh my gosh, Regatta or something like that. He makes YouTube video essays, and then he started making films from that.
Really?
And his last film is called
Kogana.
Columbus, which is like,
Oh,
Koganda. That's right.
that's it.
His
Oh,
last
okay. This I've seen this guy before.
Yeah, his face is super recognizable, but,
Huh.
anyways, A24 bought the film, and the trailer comes out tomorrow, which means they're put to release fast, baby. They want
Damn,
this
like
out.
get it out there.
So
People need to see this.
right, which is exciting. So I'm excited to watch the trailer. I mean, I'm sure if you're watching this podcast in the next couple days, the trailer's already out, so you can check that out. I haven't seen it yet, but
Mhm.
we'll see. Another one, there's a movie called Resurrection starring Rebecca Hall and Tim Roth. It's a thriller, and it was purchased
Damn.
by IFC Films and Shudder. Um,
Yeah.
Shudder's parent company is AMC, so I don't really know how that works, but
Oh, okay.
um, that'll get wide released at some point this year. And then another movie called Watcher, which is
Mhm.
a psychological thriller about this woman who's like dating this guy who finds out he's a murderer or something, looks really crazy, effed up. And that was also picked up by IFC Films and Shudder. But those are like 3 of the most talked about films from Sundance that got picked up so fast.
Interesting. That's super cool. I knew about Sundance and what they do there, but yeah, when you
Yeah.
kind of break it down like that, it's like, oh wow, yeah, lucky for these guys where if it
Dude,
does well, we're getting it out. We're buying it, you
it's
know?
like draft picks, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like football. You got all the new recruits up there. Like, which team's gonna buy it? Which one's gonna go? That's what
Yep.
it is.
Mhm.
Because the people at Sundance aren't just like just fans watching movies.
They're
Half of
ready to
these
buy.
people work for studios and
Yeah.
are ready to write checks at the end of
Mhm.
this,
Mhm. They're looking
which
for
is
we
crazy.
need some new content. That's
And
super
then
cool.
you get the films that don't get picked up. And then they have to find a different distributor and they're way harder to watch. Like things like that. And sometimes there's
Uh,
gems in there. There's
mhm.
gems in there with big actors and you will never know about them.
That's true. I can imagine how many hundreds of film are like they
Totally.
release at Sundance and they go off to the
Yep.
euphoria
It's crazy.
the world, dude.
Yeah. So, anyways, interesting. I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll have more news about some
Do
of
you
these films getting picked up
do you
too.
think like if a film let's say gets picked up, do you think there's any like budgeting that goes into the film to kind of maybe add some stuff or change it, or no, they just keep it like it is?
They do. So they definitely would. A lot of it though is marketing. So like the distributors have to pay so much money to market these movies.
Mhm.
The distributors want to find out how much can I buy it for, and usually have to double that price for the marketing budget,
Mhm.
which is like
Yep.
so they're competing with a bunch of other like big studios too to buy these.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's very like calculated. And then if like audiences don't like a certain part, they will that's in the
Cut it.
contract. They're like, okay, let's try to change this part or something like that.
Wow,
But
that's crazy.
usually it's like that's the done deal. Like if it's
Yeah,
playing at
yeah.
Sundance, you have a pretty damn good film.
Yeah,
Like
that's
to
true. Because
to go
you
off.
have to get like approved to even show, right? Or no?
You do. It's a film festival,
Yeah,
you submit,
hmm,
go in. But I would
crazy.
love to go one day, man. That's a
Yeah,
dream of mine to go to.
in Utah, right? It's in Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Mhm.
buddy, his family, they went. They've been in.
Oh, I would
Peyton,
love to.
shout out Peyton. I think Peyton, let me know if you've been. I feel like you've been. Of course, you know my memory's bad. Let me know in the comments if you watch
Dude.
this.
My letterbox would be on fire. It would be like 10 movies a day.
You're like, and then I know you'd be putting, saw this film at Sundance, comma.
Sundance. Yeah,
You
Sundance,
just
bro.
put this,
Sundance.
yeah. Ooh.
Moving on, guys. It is time for our sponsor. Roses are red, violets are blue. Don't let wild hairs wreck you. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and our sponsors at Manscaped are here with the best tools to get you ready for the special occasion. This V-Day, it's time to join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming, with our exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use code STRICTLYCASUAL for 20% off and free shipping. Ryder, let me get into this a little bit. The number one product in this package is the Lawnmower 4.0. This is from the Performance package, of course. This electric trimmer is designed to trim hair on loose skin, and get this, the trimmer's advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts and nicks on the body and even has an LED spotlight so you can shave in the dark. Did I mention it is waterproof? That is strictly where I use it, is in water.
Yeah, and
Pretty
it
much.
holds up. This bad boy's great. Now,
It doesn't even stutter. It just goes for it.
yeah. The quality for all their products are always fantastic. The packaging is always great. You're always gonna have an experience when you enjoy some of this stuff. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts. Now this is cool. They have a shed travel bag, which, oh man, it's on my list. It's on my list to get eventually. And of course, the anti-chafing boxer briefs to keep you comfy anywhere. And I live by these boxer briefs. Take it from me. I have so many pairs now. These are some of the best I've ever had.
Do you have a lot of pairs, bro?
I do, yeah.
I'm actually wearing my Manscaped underwear right now. No jokes. No jokes.
Yeah, I always look for those in the cupboard. I'm like, do I have those? Nope. Do I have them ready? I'm gonna grab those always.
I gotta do a load of laundry, baby. I gotta get these ready.
Yep. So you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code StrictlyCasual at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com, and use code StrictlyCasual. Join Cupid and shoot your arrow with Manscaped this Valentine's Day. Perfect present.
Beautiful.
Perfect present. Good timing. I mean, yeah. You know, if you're a man out there, if you got a woman out there, if you got anything out there, this is
Beautiful.
Manscaped. Okay. Moving on now. Sorry. Grant Gustin apparently is going to be continuing on The Flash. Sorry, if you can hear beeping out there, there's like a garbage truck I'm hearing. Let's see. Okay,
good.
Grant Gustin will get a sizable raise for The Flash Season 9 with a salary believed to be north of $200K per episode. Pretty crazy. Around $1 million something for 15 episodes. It says involvement will be 15 episodes next season. Multi-year offer was on the table, but Gustin instead agreed for a 1-year pact. So, he's like, you know what? Let's see how 9 goes. Might do 10. I'd say 10, maybe 10 and done, but
I'm looking right now. Season 8 of The Flash happened last year. Right?
Yeah. I wonder how.
I'm looking at some of its TV ratings because I'm very interested to see how many people
I was about to ask.
week to this show.
Yeah.
This shows every episode. Oh, season 8 is actually happening right now. So,
and it would say
hilarious.
it still seems culturally relevant because of how often I see it on social media pop up every once in a while, talking about some of the good points, some of the not so good points. You know what I mean? Like
the lightsaber fight,
the
between
lightsaber
3
duel.
Flashes.
Like
Oh my
I was like, they're just going out there, which CW
Take a
tends to
guess.
do.
Take a guess on how many people a week average watch the show, right?
Oh man, shoot! But see, I don't even have like a.
It's very tough. It's very tough to like think about.
Because I wish I had. I feel like I looked up a number to kind of say, but I feel like I'm gonna be so far out. I'm gonna say like, I don't know, 10 million people. Am I even like
800,000?
Oh, geez, 800,000 people. Okay,
It's not a lot. Dude.
okay, it's not.
Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
Yeah,
what is
10
another
million's
show that has
way
gone
too much. 8 seasons? Oh, I mean, Arrow
Isn't it, like,
went from.
Thrones, because, like, I need a comparable, like, a TV show that's on a
Mhm.
network. Like,
Oh man, like an action show. Jeez, like it's hard for me to even think action.
maybe
I think
not CW.
sci-fi, like a Star Trek type dealio.
Like CSI, like, not
Okay,
CSI, but what's the, NCIS Los
NCIS.
Angeles? Is that still happening?
I don't know. I don't keep, but I mean, I know those shows go on forever. NCIS,
Oh, New Orleans, that's the new one. NCIS New Orleans, let's see.
19
How
seasons. NCIS went for.
Oh, yeah, dude, I
Yeah.
love NCIS, that
Hmm.
show's slap. How many people watch a week? This is, like, fascinating to me. So,
No,
okay,
yeah, we need these stats.
on an average,
Hmm.
this is a show. I don't know if it has a similar demographic, but on season 7 of NCIS New
Hmm.
Orleans, they had 4.9 million people tuning
Oh,
in each week to this show.
dang, that's crazy. Okay,
Ugh.
I don't know why I said.
Ooh.
I still feel bad about 10 million, but okay, full almost 5 million people compared to 800,000. That's pretty interesting. But now also another thing is, which another research thing, what's the average for
Yeah.
CW shows? Because I think I still feel like CW is
Right.
like that could
I
be
gotta
a
look.
phenomenal for because you're thinking Riverdale, you're thinking how is Arrow, in its heyday, you know what I mean?
Right,
Arrow,
right.
let's see,
Here
season
we go.
5. What did you look up? Like
CW is a broadcast ratings underdog, but by how much? So this is articles basically arguing, oh my god, it says they average only 600,000 for prime nightly primetime viewers,
yeah,
which is
so
less than
yeah.
so Flash is above their
Flashes, yeah,
average.
like their best, their
Dude, that's
crown
tough.
B.
It's I don't know, it's interesting. Just what is the state of TV right now? Like, are you tuning into any broadcast TV show right now currently? Like, all the shows I'm watching are releasing on streaming
Streaming.
services.
Absolutely, me too. Like, I'm interested to see in the comments, what do you watch? What do you like to watch? There's a lot of like
Yeah, yeah. I'm
shows out
serious.
there that are
Yeah.
stuck to TV, but they also have like a joint release, right? Like I think Peacock. No, I don't want to say Peacock. I don't know. I feel like
Hulu,
CW.
because Hulu has big
Yeah, yeah.
big pull in that. So, like, if it releases there, you can also watch on Hulu
Mhm.
and, like, in that score somehow, but
Yeah,
still, it's just these numbers are extremely low to me.
yeah.
It's
Streaming
just
is
so
taking
freaking
it
low.
for sure, because it's pausing and it's the timing and all that. You know what I mean? All that stuff goes
Yeah,
into it. Um, that's interesting.
super interesting stuff.
Okay.
Next up, Netflix news, baby. First look at Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I
Yeah.
didn't see any look at this, but here's a
Oof.
cast list.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read some of these off?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
these are pretty big. We got Ewan McGregor, God bless him. David Bradley, Christoph Waltz, Finn
Mm-hmm.
Wolfhard, which I'm over him. I'm so over Finn. Kate Blanchett, Tilda Swinton, two oh my god, look at these powerhouses back
Mm-hmm.
to back. Ron Perlman, Gregory Mann, John Turturro. John Turturro's an
Mm-hmm.
absolute legend. Love him. And this streams in December.
Yeah. So it was like a what you call it, stop motion, look like kind of a puppet type thing. And
Is
it's
it
just
animated?
yeah, it was animated. It's just you and
Cool.
McGregor there talking. I think this is all their voices, maybe.
Yeah.
It could, I don't know, but the teaser was just you and McGregor narrating like, okay, this is the story, and it's like, haha, and then it just
Yeah.
went Pinocchio, and it was like, oh,
There's
okay.
a lot of great voices in
Mhm.
this, which will probably be worth watching.
Mhm.
Just
Oh
you know?
yeah, absolutely. But I think Disney is also doing a Pinocchio live action film, like separately.
That's
from
crazy.
this. So Pinocchio's getting to its time to shine.
The only Disney live action I'm looking forward to is David Lowery's Peter Pan, baby.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yo, I just want to see a reskin of Green Knight, baby.
I just don't know how it's gonna be, bro. It's gonna be obviously
mean,
be like
just
to kids, but I'm just so excited to watch it.
based off the vibes we talked about, you know what I mean? Like, I want to see it like Green Knight. You know what I mean? I feel like Green Knight's a good
Crazy.
comparison to that one. Here we go.
Peter Pan's themes are like very adult too, you know?
Yeah,
Peter Pan's like
absolutely.
really I don't know. There's a lot you could do with it.
It's like not even for kids.
see.
It's like about adults wanting to. It's like an adult you don't want to grow
It
up.
is.
You know,
It's
it's
intense.
dramatic. It's sad.
deep.
Yeah. Here we go. Space Force is coming back for season 2, coming February 18th. The new little trailer dropped, so check that out. Steve Carell is returning, of course. That's pretty fun.
Never finished the first season, but it was kind of funny.
Really? Yeah, I
The
think
stuff
it
I
was.
watched, yeah.
I feel like they made it as a joke based off like Trump's Space Force, right? And then
Yeah.
now it's like a whole thing. Now it's a real
Actually,
show.
the show had some
it?
like actual funny parts in it,
Mhm.
but like it was nothing worth like I wasn't like, oh my god, I need to finish this or anything. I was like, I got it. I got it. It's good. It's funny.
More Steve
So-
Carell in your life.
Yeah. We already said that. The Witcher season 3 is already preparing to start production. Great.
Have you been watching Witcher at all?
No, because I'm waiting to play the game
Oh, got
first.
you.
Because I've never
buddy.
played Witcher 3.
Oh, buddy, you're waiting to play the game.
I know, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
They're releasing the big next generation
mhm.
upgrade where you can play in 4K 60, and so I'll play that, and it comes with a reskin so you can play the show
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
the game. You can play
That's
as
cool.
Henry Cavill, so that could be pretty cool too.
That's cool. My only thing is, man, because I feel like I played for hours and hours and hours, and it was kind of like an
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed type dealio where
it never
Assassin's
ends.
Creed, where you're playing, you're like, cool, this is great. I'm in the thick of the story, and then that title card shows, and you're like, oh
You're
no,
like, "I've played
this
20
is
hours, where
it
am
was
I?"
like a
Yeah,
tutorial, and I'm like,
right.
oh my goodness. So I was like, I
Yeah.
had to tap out from there, but I don't know, maybe
I
you're right.
love that
This next gen might
I
be it.
love that kinda stuff, though, like the Game of
Yeah,
Thrones, like, fantasy kind of world, like,
yeah,
I'd get lost in that, so I'm excited to I know I don't need to play the game to watch the show, but
no,
I don't know
that's
why, it
fair.
just feels
That's fair for
wrong
sure.
jumping to the show.
Yeah, I
I don't
feel
know.
that. This just recently dropped a new trailer for Netflix's brand new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh my goodness, this trailer, you gotta check it out because it looked pretty funny. They're
Okay.
kind of, I like what
Yeah.
they're doing with horror films now, where they've been done so many times, same story, same cookie cutter type vibe, but they're
Yeah.
adding it to the modern day where it's kind of making fun of itself, and
Mm.
it's very funny. So like there was a scene in the trailer where Leatherface is there with a chainsaw, and he's in a bus, right?
Yeah.
All these young people are in the bus. They're all staring at him. All of them pull out their phones to record, and it's like live streaming. And he says, "You
Yeah.
better not do anything. You'll get canceled." Like it was. I mean, yeah, it get a little crazy.
Leatherface says that?
No.
Oh my
Somebody says that
god.
to Leatherface. Somebody says that to
Oh,
Leatherface,
okay,
and
okay.
then he's just there, and then when he goes in, and
Of
it's just like
course.
slaughter in the bus. So
Blood,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, cool, okay, like yeah, that's Texas
Okay.
Chainsaw Massacre for you.
I guess I
Kind of
gotta see
like
the trailer.
Scream. Oh my gosh, Scream! If you have not, dude,
Dude, but I have to
that's
watch the other movies. I've only seen the
that's
first
true.
one.
Yeah, I'd say watch 1 and 4, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And then you
I love Scream. I wanna watch all of them.
this new one's funny. I think you'll be into it. Yeah.
Okay. The first look at Anatomy of a Scandal starring Naomi Scott, Sienna Miller, Michelle Dockery, and Rupert Friend. I have no idea what this is.
That I saw it posted on Twitter,
Okay.
and I was like, there's some photos, but it was just nothing
Is it
yet.
show, movie?
I don't know. It said nothing. It was like,
All right, cool. Well,
I
if you're
just wanted to
interested
add
in
it
Anatomy of
on.
a Scandal.
Oh, it's a series. It's a series. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. A
Right.
Netflix series.
Mhm.
Got it.
Here we go. HBO Max now. Righteous Gemstones coming back for season 3. Oh man, if you're into religious comedies, check out Righteous Gemstones. It's great, and I'm glad they're coming back.
Mortal Kombat 2 film is in development. We did hear about that. Moon Knight head writer is penning the script. I mean,
Yeah,
great, but we don't know how Moon Knight is yet, so I don't know if I'm excited about that or not. But
true. That's true.
uh,
Something that you should be
Mortal
excited for. Peacemaker.
Peacemaker though, baby.
Peacemaker's getting a second season, says James Gunn. He says we're the biggest show in the world right now. Of course we're coming back. Which
Of course.
dude, the show started here and it just went on an upward trend for me.
Dude, James Gunn is just in the top of his career right now. He's just
Honestly.
vibing and living. He's getting it done.
Honestly, I'm really proud of him, and I'm glad that he could make probably the biggest comeback I've seen in modern day. In my
I don't even know if
lifetime.
it's a comeback. It's not a comeback. He was just there. He was just
Yeah,
doing it.
you're right. You're right. It wasn't a
He
comeback.
got canceled for like 2 weeks and then he's back.
You're
It's
right.
like whatever.
Yeah.
Ryder, before we go into this next one,
Mhm.
because this is the big one.
Mhm.
This is the big one.
The big one.
Do you want to start this one? Should I record and then you start
Yeah,
recording?
sure,
I
sure.
start. We didn't talk about this beforehand. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm ready.
Ready?
Mhm.
Go for it.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The brand new Halo series trailer has dropped, showing off a new look at Master Cheif, which let us know if you think it looks cool, as well as a controversial look at Cortana. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Let's get into it here. We have a couple headlines, and then we'll kind of break down the trailer for some of our favorite parts, Easter eggs, little moments that we noticed. Right here it says there seems to be 2 main points of contention among Halo fans, namely that Master Cheif does not have his original voice actor. That's kind of huge, but you got to hear it to kind of see what you think for yourself, It says there's a new version of Cortana as well, who is played by the original voice actor, so I respect that. But of course, it has a very un-video game-like look.
Here's what I want to get into that. Okay, let's just break this out right here. Okay. I'm not like I don't love it either, the look, but what do you expect, bro? Like the Halo, you got a video game with a video game like character as Cortana, but now we're working with real people for the Halo series. Obviously, Cortana is going to look a bit more human because I mean, I don't know if you played the games, but there's some tension. We got some sexual tension between the two leads in the Halo games. I'm sure they're going to bring that because that's a super interesting part of Halo to me. I'm sure they're going to bring that into the show. What are you going to do? Make it look like a freaking just a hologram? You want it to look like a person.
Yeah, I think a lot of things is, of course, the actress too. You want that emotion to convey over that. And maybe they said, hey, if the blue or stuff like that, maybe there was a timing effort that they kind of lost during COVID or something like that. But I think that, you got to respect the actor, and I think that's probably why they didn't do a
It is super
rendering
cool though.
like you thought,
Yeah.
And there's a lot of practicality in the settings that we've seen, even though there's a lot of CGI. It's very CGI heavy. Continuing on, we'll start with Cortana, of course, who's already become a meme in the wake of this trailer debut.
Yeah.
Of course, it seems to be a little complicated. Originally, the series announced that actress Natasha McElhone would be playing both Dr. Halsey and the AI Cortana. Made some sense given that Cortana is based on Halsey herself, but ultimately the showrunners decided that it may not be game faithful enough, so instead they recasted Cortana and Cortana only with Jen Taylor, who voices and performance captures Cortana in the Halo games.
I would assume that by having the same actress play Dr. Halsey and Cortana, there probably was not enough of a differentiator to make it like a different character. So, I mean, obviously they would change her, change what Cortana looks like, but I think it's really cool that they're going with the original voice actress. That's sick.
Absolutely. We have moving on with Halo Waypoint. They talked about the team at 343 Studios. They talked about why they decided to introduce this is an alternate reality to Halo, so it's not different from the Halo games and doesn't ruin that canon. Silver is the name of the central Spartan fire team. The Silver timeline is a unique vision of the Halo universe that contains and embraces many key elements of the core canon, but with relevant contextual and narrative details that diverge in ways that's appropriate to the storytelling opportunities presented by the TV. And as a result, they made the decision to set the Halo series in an authentic but independent timeline. That's pretty cool. I'm glad they respected it.
I agree with that too, because you're going to have a bunch of fanboys going in being like, oh my, this could never happen in the Halo universe because this happened. Like, it's its own thing. It's its own thing.
Absolutely.
Just enjoy it for what it is.
I think this is going to be kind of a show starter to kind of see what's the vibe of this. How can they execute a video game that's so beloved like Halo? Then we can kind of get some vibes maybe for like Last of Us. I think this kind of sets the stage. I know it's very different genres, but
tell me your thoughts on the trailer, because like for me at least, I really think the Covenant looked good. The one shot we got of Covenant Alien, I'm like, okay, this is sick. It looks faithful to the video game, but also like could be a real life thing. Like it looks cool.
Yeah.
I would say the environments to me though, like I don't know about the desert stuff. It doesn't look quite right. The village that they were in.
Yeah, it's hard to be selective with some of the settings, considering it's like you got to be practical with it. What's good for the budget, but also it has to match the Halo vibe. And I think that's kind of cool about Paramount Plus budget. And of course, I think this is executive producer Steven Spielberg. I want to say, I believe, right? Okay, so yeah, I think it looks cool. The vibe of it feels very sci-fi. I want to say, and I know you pointed this out. I don't know how it feels, if it feels Halo yet, but
it feels like it's trying to be sci-fi instead of being sci-fi.
Yeah, good point.
The interiors look just like Halo, like all the stuff they showed of like interior ship stuff and big, like I don't know, big bays of things. I was like, oh yeah, that looks like Halo. That's dope.
Yeah, all the iconography from the video games that with like the guns, of course. People pointing out the AK-47, which I feel like even in the future is the most common weapon. I mean, I don't know why you would pick that, but you saw the battle rifle. We saw some the Spartan laser sword. I mean, the laser sword, of course, the iconic. Yeah. There's a lot of cool details in this. There's some new side characters they're introducing, but I feel like the vibe is there. Master Cheif has a great practical suit that they've recreated for him.
It is cool. Yeah, I think it looks good. I'm excited regardless. I'll watch the hell out of this show. I don't have a big complaint with the trailer at all. I don't think it's a bad trailer. I just can't wait to see what like an episode's like, because we have been so misled by trailers and stuff for these type of shows in the past. So we'll see. We just got to watch the show. And that comes out March 24th.
Absolutely. There we go.
So now get ready.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you want to listen to the full episode, you guys can head over to audio platforms to listen to the full Free Frame podcast episode, or you can become a member on our channel here on YouTube. That way you get access to the full video podcast. Thanks for watching.
Well, bam. That was beautiful.
There we go. Thank you, everybody.
Next up, Disney Plus, baby. Percy Jackson, the Olympian series, gets the green light at Disney Plus finally. The series adaptation of the Rick Riordan book series was first reported as being in the works at the streamer back in May 2020. Casting is currently underway in the series. Riordan announced the series pickup in a video message, which can be viewed, from the... social media. You can look it up. Riordan and John Steinberg will write the pilot, with James Bobbin direct. Steinberg is currently under an overall deal with 20th Television, while Bobbin recently directed and executive produced Disney Plus's Mysterious Benedict Society in the film Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Yikes. Okay, so two mid things to go off of. But
this is huge though. People have been wanting this for a while. They've been like protesting. Give us Percy Jackson. Give us Percy.
Dude, here's my dream. This is my dream.
Okay.
it's a 5-season series. And each season is one book. But I'm talking Here, oh my god, there's so much I want, bro. I just
Yeah.
rewatched The Lightning Thief like a
Mhm,
couple weeks ago,
mhm.
and it has so much potential to be like the next Harry Potter or the
Yeah.
next like huge series, and it's just not quite there. Like the movie's like it's not actually as bad as
It
everybody
holds
says.
up. It does hold up,
I kind
yeah.
of enjoyed it a
Mhm.
little bit, but it wasn't good. It wasn't like great, and I
Really?
just want the
Mm.
series to be great
Yeah.
because the books are so good. The
Mhm.
story is so good. Everything about it, man. I hope
I would
I don't know what
disagree.
Disney Plus can do with it.
I recently checked it out because I was like on and
Yeah?
on about this, and I was like, dude, this holds up really well. Because I'm like Uma Thurman, you know, for me at
The
least, I was
cast
like,
is
yeah,
insane.
it's
No, I
like,
know,
yeah,
that's what
mhm.
the potential is there. They have a
Logan.
great cast, like,
I want them to bring back Logan like they did Toby for Spider-Man. Like I need Logan Lerman, and it's just
maybe they
gonna.
make him, like, Poseidon or something
Yeah,
in this.
yeah, I need him back. Cause man, he could hold it. He can hold the franchise. Like I felt it with him. I don't know, but that's
It
when
was
we were
definitely the first.
introduced to Alexandria Daddario.
Oh, she's the best, and then she went on to do True Detective, which is just her best acting ever.
Oh,
It's so good, dude. True Detective is so good.
with
Have you seen that?
no, I have not. No, I have no
Dude,
chum with them. With
Matthew McConaughey and, Woody
Woody
Harrelson
Harrelson. Yeah.
and Alexandra Daddario. Best one season of TV I ever seen.
Wow. Okay.
Up there
Jeez.
with, like, Chernobyl. Holy cow.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
That's some huge praise. Okay, I'm interested. You know what? When this drops, Percy Jackson, when a trailer drops, we'll get your vibes. We'll see what we think.
oh, I can't wait, dude.
Yeah.
I'm serious. This has
Mhm.
so much potential.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, here we go. First 3 episodes of The After Party are now available on Apple TV Plus. Let's see. Read how already set. Okay, sorry. I think I copied this from something weird. But anyways, yeah. So people have been hyping up about this show. Like Ben Schwartz is in it, and
Yeah.
I know nothing about this, but I had to talk about
Me
it.
neither.
If anybody knows about it, let us know. But I want to check this out. After Party.
Today's the first time I've heard about it.
I think
So I don't know.
yeah, it's a murder mystery comedy. So
Got it.
that's all we know about genre.
Okay. I'm excited to watch it. It looked
Yeah.
and it's Phil Lord and Chris Miller. I mean,
Mhm.
these are some of my favorite writers right now. They're
Yeah.
hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Another thing, did you see yesterday during the football games, during the
Mm-hmm.
playoff games, we got an Apple TV commercial, okay? And it
Mm-hmm.
was hilarious. It's John Hamm
Oh, yeah.
sitting at home,
Uh,
and he's going through Apple TV, talking about, like, all the big actors that have Apple
mhm.
TV stuff, and he's like, "Where am I? Like, when am I gonna get my call to be on an Apple TV show?" And I thought it was, like, such an effective commercial. Most of these streaming
Yeah.
uh, I don't know, commercials suck. They just, like I never don't remember
Very
them, but the
weird.
John Hamm one
Mhm.
was hilarious. I
Yeah,
thought it
yeah.
was good.
Definitely a good one. He was like, "Hey, Tom." He was talking to Tom Hanks. Or
Yeah,
I like your film. What's this, Finch? Is cool.
he's like, "I see you got a second movie," and, like
Yeah, yeah.
it's
John Hamm's the best. That was a
yeah,
cool ad for sure. And then HBO
he's fun.
Max released theirs, but I agree. It's like it was so like okay, forgettable because it was just like a little
Right, I
a
don't even
sizzle
remember.
reel. It was a sizzle reel of all their
Yeah,
content right now.
yeah.
So be creative like Apple. Apple's good in that field because like whenever they
Yeah.
announce new products, they make the best commercials. Like that's
I
their
don't know if
game.
they I don't know if their content is, like, super enticing to me, all of it, but Ted
Oh yeah.
Lasso's great that I've
Mhm.
seen on it. Everything I've seen on it's actually been good so far, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the subscription right now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's another conversation.
You can rely on their commercials to be good though. Ever since Steve Jobs was
Absolutely.
like, we need to make the best commercial ever, and they do that. They do that.
They do good. They do good.
Okay, here we go.
Guys,
I'm pitching it off to you because you got the better one here.
I got a great recommendation for today.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, during the Golden Globes, a little film called The Hand of God was nominated quite a bit, and I've been wanting to check it out because it's getting a lot of like Oscar buzz as well for like trying to get nominations. It is an Italian film. I watched it last night,
Oh,
and it is so stunning. It is gorgeous to watch. Like, oh my god, the cinematography is great. First off,
mhm,
but the story is so good. It's so like personal. It's about a kid our age ish
mhm.
who wants to be a film director. He's obsessed with football or soccer, whatever you want to call it. And he's like, it's just about him kind of like navigating his life and like dealing with family stuff going on. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's like around in Italy. It's
Mhm.
just it's gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
on Netflix. You can watch it, and it's definitely worth your time and worth the watch. It was so good. I can't wait to see if it gets nominated and stuff. Highly recommend it.
The trailer kind of gives me vibes of both like House of Gucci and even like uh
Less dramatic. Less dramatic.
less dramatic, yeah, and more I guess what's it called? The American Crime Story about Vespucci, not Vespucci.
Oh, Versace.
Versace. Yeah, yeah. I don't know about that,
I-
but the vibes
Um,
I'm saying, I don't know.
It's
Looks
very
great.
much like the first half is hilarious. It'll make you laugh so much, and the second half is so sad, and somehow it just weaves together, like, so good. The characters are great. I highly,
Wow.
highly recommend this movie.
Sorrentino. It says it's his first film ever. Pretty crazy. Paolo
No, no, it's not.
Sorrentino.
It's not.
No.
He just did a movie
Oh.
with Michael Caine and Tim Roth about,
Oh.
I
Okay.
don't know, some old dudes, but,
Hmm.
um, his movies are very hit or miss. His
Yeah.
movies are very
Okay.
hit or miss, but this is a big hit to me.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
super cool. Okay, that's a good one. My recommendation is something that's very, very basic, but I think this is for some of those, for some of those friends out there that understand. I'm recommending Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Oh,
Let's
yeah.
take it from
You
me.
gotta do it.
I waited a long time, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do this, but I hopped on, and I'm in. I'm addicted. I just finished season 1, and
Yeah.
oh baby, it is. We're having major deaths. We're having twists.
Yep.
We're having turns.
Of course.
And the story is very like you said, if you love the medieval, the vibe of like Witcher and kind of Assassin's Creed, all that world building is like
Yeah.
what you get with this. And it's all like who's the king, who's not. It's literally
It's
the Game
fantasy,
of Thrones.
baby.
Yeah, it's the Game of Thrones. Who's gonna be the king?
It's just
And-
straight up fantasy. It's the
Mhm.
best.
I don't think I even need to like talk about Game of Thrones because like it's Game of Thrones. So,
Sure.
but if you haven't,
you gotta watch it.
I definitely say start it because then you'll get into it.
Right. And I know everybody's like, "Well, it doesn't end very good," but it's still one of the best
Nah,
shows I've
yeah.
ever seen.
You know
mean,
what? I
it's
feel like when I finish this show, dude, I'm gonna come to you and I'm gonna say, you know what? Season 8 was phenomenal. We're probably gonna say that.
hey,
Might.
there's a couple things they did in season 8 that I liked, and a lot of things that people disliked that I was like, "You know what? I kinda like this decision." And then other ones where I was like, "Okay."
Okay. Promise me we'll talk about everything like once.
Oh, I
I'm
can't
wrapped
wait.
up. Okay.
I can't wait.
Mhm. You still
through
have to
this.
finish Succession.
I'm in season 2, episode 8, so I'm almost done with the second season, but we're getting there.
Ooh.
We're grinding.
Okay. Damn. That's
I'm
good.
loving it. It's so
All
good.
right. You can wrap this
Guys.
present up, baby.
Thank you all so much for listening, audio listeners, and watching the video. We appreciate the support, guys. We are a couple from episode 50 of Freeze Frame, which is huge.
Ooh,
Huge. Big milestones. Okay, get ready.
Mhm.
Mention our socials. Okay, guys. Sorry, I read that right off. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, even all sorts of stuff. Guys, we have a TikTok. Please go follow us there. Join our Discord to connect with us. And guys, we have a lot of videos that we've been putting out. We've been putting out clips. Please, even if you're listening to the full audio podcast right now, if you want to go leave a like and a little comment on the videos, it really helps us out a lot. That would really, really, really mean a lot. We appreciate you guys. And again, you can check out our sponsor, Manscaped. And use code Strictly Casual for 20% off and free shipping worldwide.
Absolutely. There you have it. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time for episode 49.